Hi everyone, my name is Dina with Sephora Pro. I'm super excited to be sharing with you my Get Ready With Me with a ton of new products. This video is going to be kind of like a first impressions on newness for summer. You're gonna get a look into this flirty, edgy look that I have on. So if you wanna learn more, stay tuned. The first step of my routine is my skincare. I've been feeling a little dry lately, so I'm using Dr. Dennis Gross C+ Collagen Deep Cream. This is amazing for brightening, hydrating, and anti-aging the skin. And vitamin C is just great to create this like smooth finish and bright finish for makeup. I apply this on my face and my neck. Next, I hydrate my eyes. This is super important. So I'm using Belif Moisturizing Eye Bomb. Use your ring finger to apply eye cream, and you can massage that in all around the eye. I want to keep my eyes looking youthful and fresh, and I want the concealer to stay on really well. This is amazing to keep the hydration in. This actually will hold in moisture for 26 hours. After hydrating the skin, I'm using Becca's Velvet Blurring Primer. This is incredible because it's super lightweight and softens the skin, so my makeup stays all day long. Next up is YSL All Hours Foundation. The technique with the brush is just by buffing it on the skin. I'm wearing shade number BD25. This has an up to 24-hour wear, and it's a full coverage, oil-free foundation. This is my first time trying it out, and I absolutely fell in love because the formula is much more sheer than I expected. This is brush number 94. This is Sephora Collection's Pro Core Diffuser. And this brush is incredible because it's kind of like a stippling brush and a buffing brush in one. So I'm really able to get a smooth, even buff all the way across the skin, even though I'm wearing a full coverage foundation. Next up, Dior's DIORSKIN Forever Undercover Concealer in shade 11. I like to add concealer on my brow bone, nose, cupid's bow, and chin to add brightness and balance in the makeup. This is a fabulous product. I absolutely love the DIORSKIN Forever collection because this offers really great coverage and it's a semi-matte finish. So it'll just give me the coverage that I need, brighten me up, and stay in place. I'm using Sephora Collection Pro Contour Highlight Brush number 80. This is an incredible stippling brush for concealer, highlight, contour. I honestly use it for a lot of different things, especially for getting in small areas. So I'm just using this in sort of like a very gentle stippling / sweeping motion just to get the concealer over my skin and it looks a little bit brighter. The first step to any eye makeup is an eye primer. This is Sephora Collection Beauty Amplifier Perfecting and Smoothing Eye Primer. This is ultra lightweight. It doesn't feel like anything on the eye, and it's clear, so it'll work with any eyeshadow. So I apply this with my ring finger all over from lash line to brow bone. I'm super excited to try out Anastasia's SUBCULTURE palette. She always creates amazing collections, and the eyeshadow quality is always phenomenal. This is a great palette for warm skin tones and anyone who wants to experiment with richly pigmented color. I applied the first shade, which is called Mercury, with Sephora Collection brush number 15. It's a small packing brush, but as you can see, the palette gave me full coverage, all over my lid and on my lower lash line. Using my Pro blending brush number 27, I took a little bit of Edge, which is a yellow tone. Yellow is a great color to use as a transitional shade. So you can apply this in the crease and then you're just gonna work it in a blending motion. Since I have a yellow undertone, Edge sort of just blended into my skin and it created a soft wash of color. On the outer corner, I used my Sephora Collection Pro Shader brush number 18 to apply a bit of color. The shade name is All Star. This is like a cranberry tone. Keeping color closer to your lash line will enhance your eye color, and it's an easy way to incorporate color without putting it all over your lid. So now I'm just taking the brush and applying it to the outer third of my eye, and make sure that you wrap that color around to the bottom outer corner so then it looks cohesive. Don't forget to blend the edges where the two colors meet, so then you create a beautiful smoky eye. I'm using Pro Blending Brush number 27 to blend. So usually what happens with smoky eyes is that you'll end up getting some fallout or the shape becomes a little bit more rounded than you want. A great tip for that is to take your concealer brush and just sort of sweep away any sort of color or fallout that may have happened. And then just remember to lift upward and that'll ensure that the eyes stay like more almond. Next, I used Sephora Collection Pro Tapered Liner Brush number 33. This is a great brush that you can use with gel liners, but here I'm using it with a powder. I took a little bit of shade Rowdy, and this is a beautiful like deep eggplant tone that'll blend into these other shades, but give me definition by my lashes. Here I'm only lining my top lash line. I'm a huge fan of curling my lashes, and I suggest it to everyone. Here I'm using Kevyn Aucoin's eyelash curler, and what I like to do is pump a few times. If you're nervous to curl your lashes, what you can do is start right at the tips of the lash and then start working closer to the eye. Next, I'm using a new product from Sephora Collection. I absolutely love the original LASHCRAFT, but this is LASHCRAFT Big Volume, and it gives gorgeous volume and length. The brush is firm and it has an hourglass shape, which makes the product glide perfectly over the lashes and gives some precision. I always do the bottom lashes. If you don't like to do this, you can definitely skip this step. Next up is brows. What I like to do first is take Pro Brow Brush number 20 from Sephora, and I comb my brow hairs up so then I'm able to see what spaces I need to fill. I'm using Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder. The packaging is so cute, and they just revamped the inner portion of the packaging as well. So you can actually use the first half of the shade on the left for the inner corner of the brow, and then you can use the second half for the outer corner of the brow. Using the brush side, I'm just following my natural shape, filling in spaces, and then I just take my comb on the other end and comb out the excess product. For my cheeks, I'm using Makeup Forever's refillable makeup system. This is a refillable case where you can actually pick and choose which colors you prefer in your palette and create your own. Here I'm using Sculpting Powder shade S116, Blush shade B210, and Highlight shade H106. I started with the Sculpt shade S116 and placed that in the contours of my cheek, forehead, and jawline. Then I apply blush shade B210 in an 8 motion across the cheek. This is a traditional Makeup Forever technique, and this is a great way to capture the whole entire cheek and blend the color out. I used Pro Angled Blush Brush number 49 for my Sculpt and blush. This is a great brush to use for both. It's made with synthetic fibers, and it's such a great feel on the skin. I'm using Milk's Holographic Highlighting Powder. I got so excited when I saw this Milk product. It is so much fun. It has a multi-dimensional finish where the color shifts from peach to pink, and it really stands out on my yellow undertone. I like to use the holographic shade just on my cheeks, and now I'll go back to my Makeup Forever palette with shade H106 right on the high points of my face. This is a new brush from Sephora Collection. If you haven't seen it already, please check it out. This is Pro Highlight Brush number 98, and it creates the perfect blend. On my lips, I'm using Bite Beauty AMUSE Bouge Liquefied Lip in Chutney. This is a gorgeous neutral. As you can see, it was so easy to apply. The pointed wand created a perfect outline of my lips, and the formula is creamy but stays in place. I was able to wear it for hours throughout the day without the color fading or bleeding. Next, I'm going to be touching up my 2-day hair. I'm using OUAI's Memory Mist. This is a new product. It's super fun and it's super easy to use. This memory foam works kind of like a primer for the hair and allows for a long-lasting hairstyle that will protect from heat damage. So apply it throughout dry hair and then blow dry or style with hot tool. And I'm just making sure that the product blends thoroughly in the hair. So I'm using my fingertips to sort of comb through before I get started. So here I'm just identifying the hair strands that need a little bit more curl and oomph in them. And what I like to do is use my T3 curling iron in an upside down motion and then pulling my hair outward so it's away from my face. I do a few pieces around the whole hair to amp up the look. The last step to my Get Ready With Me is my YSL Black Opium NUIT Blanche fragrance. This is a wonderful, warm and spicy fragrance. It has a little bit of vanilla and pink pepper. This will stay on all day because it's an eau de parfum, and I absolutely love the look, so I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you guys have any comments, leave them below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I'll see you guys next time.